When the mud fights back, only the best survive. Engines scream, ropes snap, and tension builds with every second. Get ready for raw power, smart moves, and epic recoveries. This is where real tractor legends are made. Alone, it's just a machine. But when New Holland teams up with Iran, they become an unstoppable force. Obstacles? They vanish. This is raw, undeniable proof that strength lies in unity. Every vehicle, every move, working together toward total domination. The lack of experience is evident. This individual clearly needs proper guidance and hands-on training to be steered in the right direction. From a technical standpoint, if a winch is already installed, the standard procedure would be reverse the vehicle, extend the winch cable approximately 30 meters, engage the winch, and allow a controlled pull through the muddy terrain. Precision and patience are key. This is smart driving, plain and simple. When the trailer load halts the tractor cold, the wrong move is flooring it. But this driver reads the terrain, shifts direction, and finds grip fast. It's a small change, but it's the kind of thinking that saves time, fuel, and frustration. Okay, so here's the thing. I watched that IMT-539 in action, and guess what? It doesn't have 100 horsepower, not even close. But somehow, it handled the job like a pro. Makes you wonder, do we sometimes overestimate what we really need? This is how they get me out of bed for work in the morning. The tractor offers considerable torque output, yet without proper technique, its potential remains underutilized. A more effective approach involves mounting a beam and securing the tow line to the lower hitch point, routed so it rests atop the beam. Positioning the vehicle within approximately 1.5 meters of the garbage truck maximizes control. Utilizing a high-grade chain allows for a shorter, more efficient hookup. Finally, elevating the beam reduces strain on the tractor's drivetrain, an essential step for long-term mechanical integrity. Oh my goodness. I really thought it was going to sink in the mud for good. Good way to bust those ice jams up and keep that creek flowing. Cool. Here's what happens when you're stuck. You need more than luck, you need leverage. The Kamaz didn't have it. The XT3 did. It locked traction, used its full hydraulic strength, and solved the problem. Clean, fast, efficient. That's how you win against terrain. Oh man, that JD 6830 just put on one hell of a power show, and that engine sound gave me chills. Kinda sucks the newer models don't have that same vibe, just doesn't hit like it used to. Gotta say though, this driver, total badass. Amidst the vast green forest, the Zetor 5245 diligently pulls heavy bundles of wood up a steep incline. Its engine roars rhythmically like the beating heart of a logger, resilient, persistent, never backing down. Boom! Nature just reminded us who's boss. It took 2 full-size tractors and a whole crew of men just to yank out a single tree stump, and the tree was already down. Even then, it didn't come easy. That's raw power, stubborn roots, and a wild reminder. We're still tiny in the face of the natural world. That's a pretty brilliant idea. With a living counterweight like that, you won't have to worry about the front lifting when pulling heavy logs anymore. On slippery surfaces, wheels easily lose traction if one side spins freely. However, when the differential lock is engaged, torque is distributed evenly between both sides, helping both UMZ tractors gain better grip and maintain stable movement, especially when pulling heavy loads.
İleri mi? İleri mi gidecek?
One pushed, one pulled. The group finally succeeded. The problem was simply the overloaded trailer. If the driver hadn't been lazy and split the load, he probably wouldn't have needed to bother the whole team like that. How did that driver manage to get into that ditch? He must have been drinking a lot, right? Thankfully, the IMT 5200 and an excavator came to the rescue.
Загрузили, теперь не можем выехать.
The cable snapped on the first try, but no one gave up. On the final pull, full force was unleashed, and the MAs revived. They succeeded, even if it took a little more time. So I have a small piece of advice. Use an elastic recovery rope instead of a steel cable. When accelerating, the elasticity will help pull the vehicle more effectively and faster. The T-150's a beast. If only it had a stronger engine, it would have torn that John Deere to pieces. That Ursus is pure beauty. That engine growl, music to my ears. Whoever's behind the wheel, absolute legend. Flawless job, total respect. hear that growl? That Massey's definitely got a warpath setup. If I had to guess, I'd say he's redlining around 5,000 RPM, give or take. Kinda wild for a tractor, huh?
Was a special year for this one. Jacob Ferguson ran in the crowd.
People who put in that much effort to make an engine start as easily as possible will have an engine that runs reliably forever. Three tractors pulling against one steam engine at the Northwest Ohio Antique Machinery Show in Findlay, Ohio. Back in the day, we had to throw all those hay bales up by hand. There was no lifting equipment at all. I wish we had this machine back then. It's so simple, yet incredibly effective. No boss wants to invest in newer, bigger equipment, so you always have to make do with what you have. He's doing a really good job, and while it's a bit risky, everything's still under control within limits. Classic rookie mistake right there. It's cold and the field is empty, but help is certainly not lacking. They left their warm homes just to pull out a stuck vehicle. The Polish people, they're not just skilled drivers, but they also have truly warm hearts. That's a classic case of weight distribution failure. When a New Holland sinks like that, it's often because the snowpack looked solid, but had soft layers underneath. Perfect trap. Always check soil compaction or risk burying your rig. Against white snow, the red tractor's forks carefully lift the detached cabin onto a vehicle, like preparing a machine for rebirth. When lifting a separate cabin, avoid off-center sliding and maintain balance during descent.